Hey, Stacy from the blog site whattheeverlovinghell.com. Today's video is unfortunately, I guess, about domestic violence. Now this is violence between intimate partners. I'm not going to get into household violence and children. This is just between intimate partners. There is a very hard truth that needs to get out there and be known. And that is, once an intimate partner has been violent with you, the chances of them doing it again, reverting back to that behavior at some point in the future, are highly significant, highly probable. Now let me clear up first off what I mean by violence, because I'm going to draw a line. Okay? There are people who have a bad temper. People, lose their temper, throw something, hit a wall, curse, yell. Okay, now that I'm going to label that as aggressive behavior. That doesn't mean it's not violent. It's just I'm going to call that aggressive behavior. Now, if somebody behaves like that on a regular, yeah, you might want to question whether or not you want to be in a relationship with someone like that. I personally do not. I personally cannot be in a relationship with someone who displays regular aggressive behavior. When I say violent, just for the clarity of this video, when I say violent, I mean actual physical violence against you bodily. Okay? So, when a partner, an intimate partner, has been violent with you, the chances of them doing it again are highly significant. Let me tell you a story. So my ex and I dated off and on for about 2 years, and then we were married for 18. The first handful of violence between us happened in the first few years we were married. And we went to therapy, and he supposedly changed. And those first couple of times, both myself and the nitwit of a therapist we were seeing thought they were like one-offs. This was just due to circumstance. He's not inherently like this. He'll never resort to this behavior again. It's all over. It's done. He's got help. He's changed. It's fine. Then about 13, 14 years went by. And I say out of the blue, seemingly, I'm going to clarify in a moment, seemingly out of the blue, he just lost it and very nearly unalived me. Okay. First factor, whether it's a therapist or a friend, because I had a friend do the same thing, only knew about one of the incidences of violence, the one at the end of the relationship, and literally said to me, well, maybe you guys can work it out. It's only the one time. Okay? It's never going to be just the one time. I'll back that up. It's never going to be just the one time. What had happened, unbeknownst to me, so when we were dating, off and on, he was screwing around a lot. Probably caused him to feel all kinds of shame, took it out on me violently, while accusing me of being, unfaithful and doing all these things. Well, supposedly once we were married, he was faithful the whole time. But, as it turns out, we were separated about 2 weeks when someone messaged me over social media, someone that knew my ex, someone whose wife knew my ex. And when I say no, I mean in the biblical sense. This fellow contacts me and says his wife and my ex had been fooling around for about 1.5 years before I left him. And he actually hired a PI and had them followed, and there's photographic evidence. So, okay. So, my ex still has not admitted to that at all, right? So, what had happened, unbeknownst to me, is that he started having an affair, and of course he was probably feeling, whatever shame and problems he was having with that stress of that. and he took it out on me again. But I would have thought, even the therapist thought, that we were in the clear. He was never going to be violent with me again. That was done. That was over. It was fixed. He was not. He was not. So to anyone out there, if a partner, someone that you claim to love and that claims to love you, that you have been intimate with, and they're violent against you, baby, it's over. It's over. And if you can just take that hard truth and just swallow it and realize, yeah, at least you can get on the mend. But if you stay in it saying, it's a one-off, or I consulted my pastor, I don't even want to tell you the advice I got from the pastor sorts, okay? Not good. A friend, a pastor, a therapist, you thinking it was just the one or the two or the three times they've gotten help, they've gotten therapy, they've changed, that it's fixed. No, it hasn't. Not with you. Not with you. I'm going to make the leap and say, if someone, bad circumstances, lost their temper, and hit their partner, they have a come to Jesus moment. Oh my God, what have I done? And they themselves, without any instigation or motivation from anybody else, goes and gets therapy, gets help, treats their anger, goes into their childhood, treats their traumas, and time elapses and they get into a relationship with a new partner. Maybe that's going to work. I myself, okay, I don't want anyone to use that as an excuse to get into a relationship with someone who has been previously violent with an intimate partner. I myself would not get involved with someone who's ever been violent with an intimate partner. But to be open-minded, is there the chance that someone who has been violent with an intimate partner could realize the wrong they've done, take responsibility for it, get help and change? Yes, the possibility exists. But what I'm going to suggest is, if they were violent with you, they are not going to get better with you. They've already crossed that boundary. And the chances of them going back to that behavior are not only significant, even if they've got help, but here's the thing. They did it to you once. You forgave them. You didn't call the cops. You didn't have them arrested. You forgave them and went back and gave them another chance. Guess what they're thinking about the next time they want to hurt you? You're going to put up with it. And they might be right. But how about this? Make them wrong. First time it happens, you hit the road and you go get yourself the help you need. Because I guarantee you that was not the only problem in that relationship. There was a whole lot more else going on, and you probably need to work on you too. I'm not victimizing the victim here. If you are a victim of someone being violent in an intimate relationship, you are a victim, but you still need to go get yourself some help too. And you need to get away from that person, get out of the relationship. I've proposed it before in videos. If you go back into my videos, get out now is the only solution. Get out now and get out forever. If someone in an intimate relationship has been violent with you, it's going to happen again. So get out, get help. Figure out how to love yourself enough that you'll never be in that situation again. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for paying attention. And if you know anyone who's been in a physically violent, even if it was just a one-time altercation, please forward this video to them. Share it, let it get around so that maybe there'll be even one person who has to suffer less. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Thank you for paying attention. Bye-bye for now.